Hey everyone, welcome back to Pabbly, and in this video you are going to learn an amazing automation by which you can connect Razorpay application with GoToWebinar platform. So guys, GoToWebinar is a webinar hosting platform by which you can create and host webinars, and Razorpay is a payment gateway by which you can receive payments. Okay, so the idea here is that let's say someone wants to host a webinar via GoToWebinar application, and he wants to collect the payments of that webinar from the registrants via Razorpay. Okay, so this automation that we are about to set up will let that person to add the registrants who are making payments for the webinar via Razorpay into GoToWebinar application as a new registrant automatically without any manual efforts. Let me show you how. So the flow of this automation is going to look like this. As and when any registrant make the payment and the person who is hosting the webinar receives the payments via Razorpay, the same registrant is going to be added here as a new registrant in the GoToWebinar application automatically. So here you do not need to manually copy paste the data of the registrants from Razorpay one by one into GoToWebinar. So it is going to save your huge amount of time and energy and improve your productivity. And to make this happen, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation tool. And guys, the best part of setting up this automation is that you will not require any kind of coding skills or programming knowledge. So anyone can set up this automation easily with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now let me show you how you can do this also. So the first step, guys, to set up this automation is to log in into your Pabbly Connect account. And for that, you can check the link in the description that we have pasted for you, from where you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes, and it will give you 100 free automation tasks for every new month. Okay, so after signing up, you can sign in and reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect here like this. And here you have to start working by creating a workflow of automation. So to create a workflow, you just have to click here on this create workflow button like this, and here you can give any suitable name to your workflow. So let me fill the name here. So here I have given the name to this workflow as add registrants from Razorpay into GoToWebinar automatically. Now you can click here on this create button and you can see your workflow getting created here like this. And on this page you will find these two things, the trigger and the action. So this automation is going to work on these two things. And the trigger says here, when this happens, this means trigger is the happening of any event, and the action is the response to the trigger. So it is saying here, do this. All right. As in our use case, the trigger would be receiving of payment from Razorpay from any registrant, and the action to that trigger would be to add that same registrant into GoToWebinar application. Okay. So first of all, you have to set up your trigger. And from this choose app field, you have to choose the trigger application, which is Razorpay in our case. Okay, select Razorpay. And then you have to select the trigger event as payment capture. Let me show you. This is payment captured option, and it will trigger this workflow when the status of the payment is changed to captured. Okay. And it will give you this URL. This is called as a webhook URL, guys. And with the help of this, we are going to connect with Razorpay and fetch the data of a demo payment, a sample payment, which I'm going to make here in Pabbly Connect. And with the help of the data of that demo payment, we are going to set up this automation further. Okay, so you can read the instructions written here to make this happen. Let me show you how you can do this. So first of all, you have to copy this webhook URL by clicking on copy. Okay, then you have to reach your Razorpay's dashboard. This is my Razorpay dashboard, guys. And from this left hand side panel, when you scroll down, you will find this settings option. Click on settings, and on this page you will find this webhooks tab. Click on webhooks. Okay, and here you can create a new webhook by clicking here on this add new webhook button like this. And here you have to paste the webhook URL that you have copied from Pabbly Connect like this. Okay, and now in this active event section, you have to check this payment.captured option. Click on it to check it. Okay, after that you just have to click here on this create webhook button, and you can see the webhook is saved successfully here. Now as you have copied the webhook URL in Pabbly Connect, it started showing this waiting for the webhook's response. So this means now you have to perform a test submission This means now you have to make a demo payment in Razorpay for that webinar, so that we can capture the date of a demo payment here in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so I'm going back to my Razorpay dashboard and I'm opening the payment pages. And here you can see I have created a payment page for a webinar, which is this. So the title of the webinar is this, is PHP a dying language in 2022. So I'm going to open this payment page. This is the link of the payment page. I'm copying this and I'm opening this in new tab. Okay. So this is the payment page of that webinar. Now I'm going to select the product from here, and this is the amount, and I am going to fill the name of a demo registrant here. So let's say the name is Rock Johnson. Okay, this is the email address. Okay, this is the phone number, and I'm clicking on pay here. And you can see we are in the test mode, so I'm going to use the test card details here. This is a test card, not an original one, and this is a demo payment that we are making here. Okay, so I'm entering all the details. Okay, and I'm clicking on pay here, and you can see the demo bank page is loading up here. From here I'm going to click on success, and in a few moments you will see that the payment will be successful here. Okay, so you can see the payment is successful here. Now let's check in Pabbly Connect if we got the data of this demo payment. And here you can see the details or the response of the demo payment is captured here like this. Okay, here you can see the payment details, the amount, the currency, and you can see the name and the email address of the person who have made this payment. Okay, so this is our registrant, and we got the details of the registrant here. Now I want to add this registrant into my GoToWebinar application here. Okay, so you will see that this registrant in this registration section. Okay, so here you can see in this registration section we have two registrants already here. Now I want to add this same person in the registrants list in GoToWebinar. Okay, and I also want to do one thing. I want to ensure that see, you can have many payment pages in Razorpay, but you want to add the person who is making the payment for this webinar only into GoToWebinar application. We do not want to add any person who is making any payment, who is sending any payment to us via Razorpay into GoToWebinar. We only want that as and when the person purchases our webinar, then only we want to send that person into GoToWebinar. But the webhook is set here for the payment captured. This means now you have to apply a filter here. Let me show you. With the help of filter feature by Pabbly, we can ensure this. So click on this action window, and from here you have to choose filter by Pabbly. This one is here, and now it is asking to select the label. Okay, and select the filter type and put a value here. So I'm going to select this label. Let me show you. So in the first step, in which we have received the data of a demo purchase or a demo payment, we got this label, payment entity notes product, and this is the name of the product here. Okay, so I'm going to apply this. I'm going to select this label here in this filter step. So when you click on select label, it will show you this Razorpay option in the drop down, which was our first step. And from here you will find all the data that you have received in the response, and from here only I'm going to select that label which was payment entity notes, name of the product. Okay, where is the name? So this is the product name, you can see. So I'm selecting this notes product. Okay, and here I'm going to make the filter type equals to, and in the value I am going to just copy the product's name and paste here. Okay, so I'm copying the product's name and I'm going to paste it in the value like this. Okay, now click on save and send test request, and let's see what it will show. And in the response you can see the condition, the status is success and the condition is true. This means now the payment that we have received is for this product. Okay, so this workflow will continue and add the person who have made the payment into GoToWebinar. But if the product name is not equal to this condition will be false and the workflow will stop right here. Okay. Now let's add the person into GoToWebinar. For that you have to click here on this plus icon, and in the actions tab you have to select GoToWebinar application. This is GoToWebinar. Okay. Then in the action event you have to select create a registrant. Okay. So it will create a new registrant for the webinar. Okay. Then click on connect, and from this window select add new connection and then click on connect with GoToWebinar. Okay, so it will bring you to the login window if you are not logged in. As I have already logged in, it is just connected me, and it is saying, okay, it is showing us a warning from time is required. Let me see. Okay, so here you have to put the start time and the end time of the webinar and the date also. Okay, so let me show you. Here it is, my GoToWebinar dashboard, and this is the webinar that I want to host. And I want to host this webinar on February 21, 2022 from 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. IST, Indian Standard Time. Okay. So you have to fill the start date and start time here in Pabbly Connect in these fields, but you have to put the time in UTC format here, which is universally converted time format. Okay. So you can take the help of any online IST to UTC converter. You can see I'm using this. Okay, so you can just search for it in your web browser and you can find this kind of many converters and you can convert this time easily. So our start time is 11:30 and the end time is 10:30. So guys, UTC lags behind IST by 5 hours and 30 minutes. So you can convert it and put the time here like this. Let me show you. So first of all, just copy this format from here and paste it here. Okay, then just change the date first. So the date is 21st of February 2022. Okay, and the starting time here of our webinar is 11:30. So in UTC format it will be 6 a.m. Okay, in UTC format, right? And let me just copy the paste the format here also and change the date. So the date is 21/2/2022 and the end time is, let me show you, the end time is 10:30. So in a UTC format 10:30 would be 5 p.m. Okay, 10:30 p.m. would be 5 p.m. So you have to put the 5 p.m. in 24 hours format here. So it will be converted into 17. Okay. This is how you have to put the start date and start time. Oh, start date time and the end date time. Okay. Now you have to click on save and you will be connected with GoToWebinar like this. Okay. Now here you can see the webinar's name is selected automatically, which we are hosting. And now it is asking for the first name, the last name, and the email address to add a registrant here in GoToWebinar. Okay. So we got the data of a demo registrant here in this first step. You can see. So I'm going to map the data of this registrant here in this third step. Okay. So to map the data, you just have to click here and you will find this Razorpay step here in the drop down. And from here only, I'm going to map the first name. So you can see we have the data of the registrant here. This is the first name. For the last name, follow the same process. Go to Razorpay, scroll down and find the last name. This is the last name. For the email, use the same process. Find the email from here. This is the email address. Okay. And if you have the details of the address, the city and the state and the zip, all these things, if you have, you can map all these things from the Razorpay step. So these are not compulsory things. So I am leaving these things blank. Now let's check our connection, if our connection with GoToWebinar is working fine or not. So I'm going to click on save and send test request, and a new registrant will be added into GoToWebinar application. Okay. And here you can see it is showing us this response. This is the joining URL we have received and the status is approved. Now let me show you in GoToWebinar application in the registrant section if we got a new registrant here. Okay, so these are the registrants. Let me open. And here you can see a new registrant with the name Rock Johnson. This is the email is added here. like this. Okay, so this is how it is going to work in real time, guys. Our connection is working fine with GoToWebinar, and we are done setting up this automation. Now let me give you a real-time example how it is going to happen in real time, because you have to set up this automation only once. You have to map the data and make the connections only once. After that, you don't have to do anything manually here in this workflow. After that, as and when you are going to receive any payment from Razorpay of this webinar, the same person is going to be added automatically. Let me show you. So I'm opening the payment page of this webinar again. I'm selecting the product again, and let me enter a new registrant here, which is Nitin Singh, and this is the email address, this is the phone number, and I'm clicking on pay here. And let me do another test payment just to show you the example. Okay, so these are the details of our test card. Okay, and I'm clicking on pay now. And you can see the bank page is loading up. From here, I'm going to click on success. And in a few moments, you can see a new payment is received for this webinar. Now let me check in GoToWebinar application if this same person got added or not. Okay, so I am going to refresh the page first. Okay, and here you can see, and now you can see in the registrant section, we got the same person registered here. Nitin Singh is here now and as the registrant in the webinar. So this is how it is going to work in real time, guys. And guys, the good part is you can use the same workflow that I've just created, because I'm going to paste the link of this same workflow in the description so that you can clone it in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly. Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.